Happy New Year, y'all, and welcome back to the Celestial Harvest. Today I'm going to share with you a little experiment that I've been doing with my Everglades tomatoes. So I had an abundance of plants and I couldn't find enough information on how cold hardy these Everglades tomatoes are supposed to be. So I decided that I would cover them in different ways, and I want to share with you the results of that. We know that our Everglades tomatoes are amazing during the summer heat. They're very pest resistant, making them an amazing staple plant to have in your summer to get tomatoes all year long, and this is how it turned out. Okay, so these are Everglades tomato seedlings. I had an abundance of plants, so I just left them in the seed trays, so they're a little bit small plants, but I left them here underneath my Suriname cherry tree. And they did not have any frost damage whatsoever. The next two plants that we have were covered with other planters. So as you can see, these planters upside down, each of these respectively were on top of my Everglade plants. The only places that they had any damage was really on the edges that were touching the bucket. The rest of it did well. They actually still have some flowers. I think I damaged it while moving the bucket, but they still have flowers. They haven't dropped. And this one had a little bit more damage, I think more from being squished than anything else. With the next plant, I actually just took a tomato cage and put it upside down, and I had draped towels or blankets over top of them, and I had put it on top. So in our first freeze, which was down to 22, I did lose quite a bit of the foliage, but the plant is still really healthy. It's got a lot of new growth and it's doing really well. These next two plants were actually covered with towels. Both of them, the towel was just laid directly across the plant. I'm not entirely sure why one did so much better than the other. Like I said, our first freeze was in the 20s, and I think it hit the plants pretty hard. This other one right here is where the plant used to live. It completely burned. I did not cover it at all, so it will not tolerate temperatures in the 20s with certainty. It will not. Okay, this is the last Everglade tomato that I'm going to show you. This guy here was the first one that I put into the ground, and I kept him in the greenhouse. He did not have any heat source, but he's doing really well. He lost a few leaves along the way, but happy little plant, and I'll show you he's actually got a couple of fruits that are starting to ripen now. Okay, I hope this information helps you grow your Everglade tomatoes, and if you don't have a place to source them, you can feel free to reach out to me. I have plenty of seeds and I have seedlings already started. Happy growing.